ran into a video, 10 countries where you can live on less than $1,500. All right, so for the fun of it, you know, because you gotta have a little fun in life, you'll watch the video. And what do you know? What do you know? Ecuador's not even on the list. Now, if I didn't know any better, I would take that to mean that I can't live in Ecuador on less than $1,500.
What do we have going on here?
I think that we're gonna have chocolate rolls.
So I once read an article that was quoting a billionaire that said that he would hire a lazy person. I was really interested in this because in my younger days I hired hundreds and hundreds of part-timers in my small businesses, and he said that he would hire a lazy person. Why? Because the lazy person would figure out how to get something done the quickest, easiest way possible, which was like, wow. That's amazing. Getting to this, I figured out, you know, in everything we do in life, right? There can be an easy, quick way to do things. And I've been sitting here mulling this over for quite some time because, as you know, we travel, we like to go out, take walks, we like to do this and that, and fussing around with like a sourdough starter and trying to get it going and watching it, for babysitting the thing for days and days. I figured out how to make sourdough bread without having to fuss with all that. And all I do is just mix 3 parts flour to 2 parts milk kefir. Yeah, you just mix flour with kefir and then you just let it rise over a 24-hour period, which is what that has done, and you get sourdough. The reason that's blue or purple is because this is made with blue corn flour. So I mixed a little blue corn flour. It's really good for your health with white flour. So I do still eat a little bit of white flour as long as I'm just using it as a mixer in order to not have like 100% whole wheat. So that's a good way to do it, is to mix it, and still it tastes good, and it's still really good and healthy for you. It's really good stuff. So that is amazing because I have been racking my brain for just, I don't know, months or years trying to figure this out, because I've fussed with sourdough starter, sitting there and babysitting it and it failing and this and that and the other. And it looks so easy in videos. And this is just this is as easy as pie. Just mix the flour with the kefir, let it sit 24 hours and you're done. Just you bake the bread. And it's just amazing. You got to try this. So I don't have to sit there and fuss and keep starters in the fridge. I don't have any room in the fridge anyway. I'm not so sure I would be calling that lazy though. More like creative or ingenious or something like that. So yeah, Angie doesn't want to fuss with the starter, and I'm the one that figures out how to get this done really easy, and then she just throws it in the oven and gets it done. She's gonna bake that this morning. I fussed with buying starters online and all that kind of stuff. I'm so glad that's over. It feels so good to just find a solution to something like that. Now, if I could just figure out how to do tempeh, some kind of short, simple, easy way to do tempeh. That's another thing I fussed with. It's really sensitive, temperature sensitive. I was doing it in Italy, and I had mixed results. So if anybody's got a really quick, easy, simple, lazy way of doing tempeh, please let me know in the comments, because I would really like to do that.
I just want to show people there's a different way of doing things, and there's not only one way of doing things, and people get so stuck in, you know, oh no, this is the way you got to do it, you know, oh, this is what it costs. This is what it costs to go over there. This is what it costs to go over here, to live over there. Oh no, if you do it like that, oh well, you can always go local, you know. Wouldn't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe the locals stay home and make sourdough bread. I don't know. You know.
If you look at the internet, there's so many people all over the internet trying to tell you where to live and how much to spend. You know, it's like, you know, go live over here on this much money. Go live over there on that much money. Before we moved abroad, all I wanted to know was, well, what are the locals paying? That's all I wanted to know. I didn't need anybody to tell me how much to live on. Didn't need that at all. And I just ran into a video, 10 countries where you can live on less than $1,500. All right. So for the fun of it, you know, because you got to have a little fun in life, you'll watch the video. And what do you know? What do you know? Ecuador's not even on the list. Now, if I didn't know any better, I would take that to mean that I can't live in Ecuador on less than $1,500. Of course, you know better than that. If you've been watching my videos, I just made one that we could live on $1,000 for just the two of us. But the four of us are doing it on $1,256. But the point is that there's so many of these all over the place. You know, it's like you're not allowed to do your own thinking anymore. It's like you have to let other people tell you where you can go, how much you can spend, how you're going to live, as if it really matters how much these other people are spending. And I just like to talk about what we do because I like to show you what can be done, you know, possibilities. You know, I'm a possibility thinker. That's why I don't really like people, I mean, I want to know what the locals are paying. I don't like people telling me you can live on this much, because I don't live like you know? Everybody decides their own things they're going to spend money on, right? How they're going to live. That's the whole idea of freedom. The freedom of retire early lifestyle, the freedom of going abroad, which in 2020 is being curtailed all over the globe, by the way. We have more to say about that in other videos. You know, when we first moved to Ecuador, we were a family of 5 adults. We even made a video back then that we were living on $1,000. To each his own, but I mean, people were coming down here paying $1,000 just for rent. And the amounts of money people come down to these foreign countries and pay for rent is just mind-boggling. And take a look at this. That's a whole pan there of homemade, what are those? Bran, what do you call it? Cookies, whatever those are called. Homemade cookies. And I mean, I could go to Peoria, Illinois, just as an example, and take John Q. Public, right, out of Peoria, Illinois, put him on a plane, throw him out here in the street and say, here, go rent an apartment, go live your life, and come back in 30 days. Tell me how much you spent. And I mean, John Q. Public from Peoria could come down here and spend $2,000. You know? Thinking for yourself, that's all. Thinking for yourself, figuring stuff out. And all these things, all they are is just guidelines. And they're guidelines based on how other people would do things. And we're all different, we're all individuals. And so I just like to show people the possibility of what can be done. So with that, I hope I've encouraged you today to think outside the box and pursue the life that you were meant to live, whether at home or abroad. Thanks for watching.